Hey everyone, hey, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope everything is going well with you. I am back for another intuitive message for you. Um, but before we get to the intuitive message, those of you that are new, welcome in. Those of you that are coming back, welcome, coming back. I had to address something that a man said. That one of my readers had picked up on. It was one of in her live feed. And a gentleman said that love was too hokey for a masculine man. And knowing me, I was like, oh, that's because you don't know what the hell love is. Whatever. And then I had to say, Divine, pull it back. Okay, pull it back. Not everyone knows what love is. And I realized in that person's response, a lot of people don't understand what love is. So if you don't understand what love is, and every time you hear about love, you're doing this, so you're like, psh, that weak shit. Well, I'm not gonna address that now because I have plenty of videos on what love is, why you need to do it and stuff. But I'm gonna say this: it takes a weak person to not walk their path in love. To be able to go through the love lessons takes the utmost strength, poise, humility, grace. Why? Because usually it's the bigger person that can see the whole situation, not the person that is hollering and screaming and have a fit and pissed off and mad and don't know how to shut up. They can't see because they're running their damn mouth. You understand what I'm saying? So it takes those of us that can see the whole picture to have the utmost strength and humility to not say anything. Let the person go through their script and walk away. And that could be one of the most embarrassing things we have to do. Walking away from the situation. And sometimes we look like worse for the wear. We look like we're weak because we walked away. No. We look that way, but we're the strongest for doing so because of you. We did it to help you. We did it to save you. Because sometimes you don't understand what we could do to you. Those of us that understand our power and know what our power is, you don't know what we can do to you. So sometimes we love you enough to be like, you know what, that person is acting a fool. We're going to leave it alone. But let's piggyback on this, okay? This was a channel message I actually got days ago. But I didn't post it for various reasons. And now I am. And I wanted to wait because of a lot of the things that I was seeing that I didn't like. So I said, you know what? Let me wait. Let me wait. So now, here's the question that came up. In order to be saved, you have to believe you're worth saving. Let me explain. I am not talking about the save that's spoken in the Bible, yet I am. No human person can tell you whether you are saved or not. First of all, only Spirit can do that. We may have an inkling. We can feel it. And when we say someone is, it's usually because if they're continuing to walk that path, they are or they will be. But in order to be saved, you have to believe you're worth saving. And this is why a lot of people sit in guilt. So I have my notes, and I'm going to be going off my notes. Okay. Many aren't saved because deep down inside, they don't believe they can be or they should be. My question to you is this. Who told you you could make the decision whether you were or you weren't? Who told you you couldn't? Who decides it? Right? Who said you choose? You do, but by your actions. But when you ask for forgiveness and you don't allow the forgiving, you don't allow the saving either. Well, Divine, what do you mean you don't allow the forgiving? And I'm going to get more into that, I think, later. You go to a spirit and you ask for forgiveness, or you go to someone asking for forgiveness, but then you holding on to the guilt. How is that you being saved if you holding on to it? How is that being saved if other people are making you hold on to shit when it's not their shit to hold on to? It's yours. They should have no say, no matter who the fuck they are. Right? That's between you and spirit at that point. So your actions determine the final act. Okay? Now, when you ask the question, am I saved or not? What does your heart say? Do you really search inside of yourself and see you? What do you see when you do? Are you someone fake, or are you someone who lives authentically? Right? Or when you look at yourself, do you see disgust and feel disdain for yourself and what you create? Okay? And if you do, my question to you is then why don't you create better? Or is it that whatever you're creating is never good enough because your sights on yourself is not realistic? I want you to understand that how you see yourself is not how spirit sees you. Not one iota. You don't know how spirit sees you. Okay? And if you're being fake, it can't get to the fake. It's got to get to your real, your authentic. That's why you're being authentic. Right? So it can find you. That's how you were born. Authentically you. Good spirit or bad spirit. Good soul or bad soul. Whatever. Right? So you're asking spirit to tell you about you. Teach you about you. But you're the one living on this plane daily. How are you asking something else to teach you about you when you the one living here and that spirit is not? Are you not paying attention to what you're doing? Are you not paying attention to your lessons? Are you not paying attention to your consequence? I don't understand. Why don't you know? You're the one here doing the work. Why don't you know? Or not? Right? Can't you see who you are? Can't you see who you are really? Or is there something trying to stop you from seeing who you are really? Then why are you allowing that? Now, I admit, sometimes when we live with other people or with children, we don't have control over that. We do what we got to do to stay safe in our space. And a lot of times we will have relatives and stuff like that who try to beat the hell out of us to see things their way. And some of us that don't make it are the ones that refuse. Children or older, right? Sadly. Coming at the demise of someone who was weak and couldn't be themselves, and jealous because they couldn't be themselves and they didn't have freedom in here. A lot of this bullshit that comes up against people is because they're not free and you are. And that's where the jealousy comes in, because we're not afraid to go against the grain and be who we are, but they don't have the freedom to be who they are. And then they try to hold on to you. And no. Let me tell you something. And I've told you this many times. You have control over your will and what you do. Period. No one else can bring their ass in and try to control you if you don't allow it. You have to not allow it. Right now in the collective, you have many, many exes who messed up their own destiny on their own accord, weak as hell, male, female, and other, blaming you for their stupidity, their lack of intelligence, their own ignorance, blaming you because they're not strong enough to take the blame within themselves. You have family members who try to break you down so bad and then flip the script on manipulation so bad. I'm just trying to help you. If you just tell me, we can work together. When it could be a situation where it's your fucking kids. You know what to do, but other people want to be involved and tell you what the fuck to do. And then when you tell them no, you are all kind of irate, mean, bitch, and asshole, whatever. You're all kind of names because you don't want people to come in and control. Okay, bitch, I'll be all those kind of names. And you will not. So I will be all those kind of names. I don't give two shits. See, you have to open your can of fuck it and whoop ass to preserve yourself. Sometimes it is you against them. Okay? But you have to tell spirit what you know about you. Why? Because these people that come up against you, that think that they can do better for you than what you know how to do. If you don't know you, you can't. Right? So why do you measure yourself in things you do? Let me explain. I was sitting up here and I was thinking about my life. And I noticed everyone measures themselves in money. Investments, 401ks, what's saved for later, insurances to leave for your family behind, what kind of job you have, well, how did you start your path, or you're going so, but it's all measured in money. It's all a dollar sign. When the true measure of a person has no dollar sign attached to it. None. But then let someone pass that don't have nothing. See, this is why you're supposed to have. Because this, and this is a shame. They just wasted their life. How the fuck do you know? Wasn't your life to live. You don't know their contract with spirit. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You don't know. And when you get tired of hearing that, you tell them, shut up. You don't know. Just because that's how you measure people doesn't mean that's the measure of people. The measure of people is value. So, why do you measure yourself in the things you do? It's just a question. Right? Because you are what you do, right? But what you do and think changes down to the DNA of you. If you think about it. Okay? Because what you believe changes the very mechanism in your system. It listens to your brain. Right? So so listen to this. If it is scientifically proven your DNA changes every 7 years to fit your environment, this is your mechanism to be able to adapt. This is your adaptability, right? Then why don't you believe you can change your bad habits? If your DNA automatically changes and knows to change to fit your environment every 7 years, or what you're feeding it so it can function, then why don't you believe that you can change your bad habits? Your DNA is programmed to do these changes. Oh, but our brains are programmed to do other shit. Okay. You are genetically set up to succeed. You are genetically set up to succeed because your DNA adapts, right? But you keep your mind in fail and fear mentality based on what programming you were fed by other people and what programming you continue to stay in. So those that give into what I know, follow to get, or more easily get, because I'm not strong enough, those lies have failed the test. So let me tell you who's failed the test already. Give into what you know by other people, but it's not your truth, not authentic. Follow to get material gain, not authentic. Or following the easier path, which is not love but material, so you don't cause ripples where you're at in society and on this plane, and it's an easier led life for you, so you're going along, get along. You've already failed the test because you're not authentic. Okay? Those are not saved people. God can create anything it wants to have it follow it. Man has will, or is supposed to. Okay? Those that love, no matter the cost to them, and don't boast about it, don't share it with everyone. Those that do because it's right and what they understand to be correct and a part of their own system, their own self. Well, self don't exist, so part of their own consciousness. Those get saved. They're real. They love because they want to. They're real. They help because they want to, and it makes them feel good to do so. They're real. Those that tell people off because they won't go along and get along, and they choose the harder path because they understand, I'm learning something here. Those get saved. Those get saved. If you look at Jesus, what the fuck did he have to do to be saved? Look what he went through. I'm not saying your own crucifixion. No, there's many ways to be crucified. And many of us have been by jealous ass stupid people, just like what killed Jesus. Right? And again, it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. The person existed, scientifically proven, and walked a path. We're just looking at one person's path as an example. Okay? But they get saved. It's not a race of people that are chosen anymore. Because those race of people have done so much dirt, their shit's coming to them. Right? But it's not about a chosen people. They were the chosen people. Now it's those who do the long division. Okay? Those who math the hard math and keep having to erase the answer that's wrong to figure out the right one for them. Those get saved. So you sit in sorrow, addicted to sorrow. You don't believe in you. You only believe in you if some God does. Like that is the measure of your worthiness. No, that's not. You are. You tell spirit, so spirit watches. And when you have to sit up and atone for something, you also have to admit what you did. You have to admit what you did. So, no, it is not what something else thinks of you. It's what you think of you. Okay? You don't even know God. You can't even fathom what it is, because even the concept of God is a lie to you. What was taught to you is a lie. God is personal to each one of us. We each have our own personal relationships with spirit. Right? And like universal laws, they are for all, but delivered and felt appropriately and differently by each person. So to find love and to find God, you are giving a living, breathing example. And no, it's not Jesus. It's you. You are the living, breathing, real example on this plane right now. Okay? My Father told you that. You should know this. All children of a living God. That is not what makes you worthy. It's just being the child. What made Jesus worthy wasn't sitting up there and saying, I'm the child, I'm the son of God. No. It's the deeds and the work he did against those that were lying. Okay? What makes you worthy is your capacity for love and how you show it to other people. That is the greatest power. Yet all of you use it so little. Right? And then try to manipulate love to your will. And all love does is sit up and laugh at you and say, that's cute. But you can't. You can't. Love is not to be controlled. You can't control it. Okay? You cannot manipulate it, but you can make yourself believe you can by the shit you do. But it always collects on you in the end. You have to pay your karma to love back. And baby, let me tell you, when you sit up and you misuse love, and what you got to pay back to love, or you sat up and said you wanted someone and you shitted on that person and turned your back on that person, baby, what you get back from love, man, I don't want it. What you get back from love, you will always be the price. So if you lie to love, you are the price. If you sit up there and disrespect love, you are the price. And you're going to pay it. And that's what's going on with a lot of people. It is not our problem and it is not our fault that a lot of people do not understand how love works, evil works, balance works, and all this other kind of shit. It is not our problem. When you try to use something in a way that you shouldn't, and you don't know what the fuck you doing, and you doing it anyway, oh, it'll turn out like this because it didn't show up and say anything to you saying, no, that's not how we operate, and you did the shit anyway. Then when the shit don't work, you want to go and blame somebody else because the shit didn't work. That was your stupid ass fault for thinking you could do what the fuck you did. Shoulda did your research more. You will always be the price. So who told you you couldn't believe in you? What person on this plane told you that you couldn't believe in you? And what the fuck makes them so great to decide that for you? How they living? I don't mean how they balling. I mean how they living. Okay? Who made you believe this lie? Who are you? Right? Why do you feel humans are so lowly and they don't deserve love? And that's a lot of you. That's how a lot of you are acting. You ain't saying it like that, but that's how a lot of you acting. Half of you don't believe in what you tell yourself. You're faking it. Okay? Stop. Be real. Because you are judged on your authenticity. Now, what you think God wants to see from you versus what you already know. Because it tells you. Right? We're not talking about Judeo-Christian law. We're talking about spirit talking to you. I told you your intuition is your number one link to spirit and telling you what it needs you to do. The only laws that are supreme are universal laws. Other laws are made by gods or their people or spirits. Okay? The must not breaks. The laws we must not break are universal laws. Man's law is man's law. Universal law, though, are the laws we cannot break. Or this is what happens when you do. I follow universal laws. I do not follow Judeo-Christian laws. I do not follow Old Testament laws because they are not universal laws. Some of them are, some of them are not. I follow universal laws. Those are the laws we are held accountable to, not the laws of man. Right? So, If universal law is what we're held bound to, why are you judging when you can't judge any more than you can judge God? If the spirit is in everybody, right? Who told you you can go and judge it or the vessel that's carrying it? You were told plainly not to. Spirit is in you. But a lot of y'all are sitting out here judging folks. Every time you don't believe in you, you're judging you, right? And you don't behave to the spirit within you. You don't behave to the spirit within you because a lot of you don't even know what it's saying to talk to you. What do you think your spirit is? You. Your connection to the divine in you, right? A small part made in the image that looks like you. So who you are, so who are you not to believe in you? If spirit is in you and you going and ask the spirit for something and it's supposed to zap you, but you ain't believing in it. Who are you? It's in you, so you telling that spirit in you no? You make a lot of you want to please something you don't understand so bad that you make the creator so far removed from you when it is you and all the small parts that make the whole. We are all the small parts that make the whole. But you remove yourself from the creator. Why? If we are not little parts of it doing what we're supposed to do, why? My father is just one who understood the assignment. There were many before him, but there will not be many after. So who you think you are, or who you think they are not. They are them, right? It will not make them it will not be my father, but it will be a constant reminder for you that there are many, or there were many. Okay? You hear the words, but you don't understand. You don't judge. You're not supposed to judge. You're supposed to love instead. That includes walking away. You don't believe in you, then you don't believe in the power of love. You hold because you don't know what it is, right? And you have no clue how to wield that true superpower. Authenticity and love are true superpowers. But because you remove yourself from the creator, you don't know how to wield either one. You don't even know how to make it show up for you. And you think it's removed from spirit. Okay. Celia the Voice is a character that I embody. Her superpower is love. Yes, you heard what I said. Her superpower is love. All of it. You have the same potential, right? But you don't believe in that which you can do. Stop the fucking conflict. This is the duality. Stop. Okay? Stop the acceptance for money in exchange for doing it easier. Stop the fake and be real. Be authentic. It may kill you to be authentic. It may. How many times people go and save someone from being harmed and they lose something in the sacrifice, but it's made up for somewhere else. Okay? Yeah. Walking in love possibly could kill you one day. It could harm you one day. You know, your fate could be like my father just because you did. But you know what? Would you rather be a prisoner in a lie? Or would you rather have the truth and be you? Be really free. Be authentic in the eyes of the universe and hear what spirit truly has to tell you because it knows you. Return to the real as the day you were born. In love where you were given and made to be. From spirit, in love you return. You understand? And when I'm saying that, I'm not talking about the type of parent we had to be born from. No. I'm talking about if you were not meant to be here, you wouldn't be here. So Spirit loved you enough for you to be here. You dig? So, of course, I put my cards. Individuality, do we not talk about that? Each person has their own personalized study plan on this plane. Reframe how you see things. Change how you see things. Believe you are worthy to be saved. And not saved by what the book says. Being you saves you. That doesn't mean, though, you treat people like shit. You just give them their just desserts. You going about your business. Okay? They treated you bad. Leave them. Walk away. And when those don't know how to stop, there'll be something to make them stop. Awakening. Once you see your individuality differently, you're going to awaken. Okay? You're going to awaken. Liberation. Free. Once you awaken, you're going to notice and you're going to realize you are free. You don't need the fear anymore. You don't need any of that anymore. And you're going to see the signs that this is true. All right, my loves. I love you. I hope this helped. But don't sit up and act like you are not worthy to be saved. No one told you to make that decision. No one told you to continue to sit in guilt. Once you give it over, you're to give it over. Let it go. Okay? People that we're supposed to leave and let go, let them the fuck go. And the ones that are not letting you go, my love, you're going to have to be like, look, we're not friends no more. We don't know each other anymore. You have no hold on me. Live your damn life and go on about your fucking business. No one wants you over here. Make it clear. No one wants you over here. No one needs you over here. We don't need you. We don't want you. Now, what they do with that, that's on them. That is their karma that they keep in current. That is their ignorance and stupidity. Let it be that. But you stand strong in that know and that love in yourself. There is something better waiting for the collective. So why the fuck would we want something old? And we already know how it is, and it has not changed. We already know. We know the game. Because some of them continue the game. You know, we have a lot of them that are spying. And we know, because we get phone calls and editing from random folks that we don't deal with. We don't want to. We don't fucks with. But they gonna contact us out the blue. Like we don't fucking know. We've already proved to you. We fucking know. We're smart enough. We can feel it. And you still doing bullshit. And that's why a lot of them gonna die. And they deserve to. Because they didn't stop. And some of your peoples still haven't. That's messing with you. When they say jealousy is a bitch, yeah, baby. But if you don't pay that bitch, when she turns around and looks at the person who's given the jealousy, she's going to turn on you. Just wait. Eventually, they'll get a clue. All right, my loves. I love you. You take care now. I hope this helped. Believe you're worth saving because you are. Namaste.